What is up, guys? Have a fun video for you today. Today's video is another viewer battle. My opponent is HydratedLegend. The decks we have are on HydratedLegend's side. He has a Blaze of Glory Ice deck, and then a pretty standard Nilfgaard Ball list. On my side, I was running Tribute Syndicate, and then a Dwarves deck. So, there's some pretty good matchups, and we'll hop right into it.
You'd best yield now!
Okay, so first of all, we kind of have this weird little black screen, blip audio, and cutting right into it. Because I didn't realize I wasn't recording at the beginning. I'm glad I quickly noticed that. Second thing is this match happened during some of the peak time of audio issues, so I didn't even bother trying to record voice over this. I just at least got the footage with hopefully not a whole lot of mic distortion and mixing being weird. So, this commentary is after the fact. But yeah, looking at the mulligan phase, you can see that it's kind of obvious for the boat there, and I think I kicked Madam just because I know I'm going to want to try and get round control against Blaze of Glory and don't really want to play Madam there. If I miss the mulligans there, I do apologize. But I'm going to go ahead and pull out boat.
It's been a long, hard road, hasn't it?
Obviously start developing an engine. I want boat to pop out to potentially play around a Delirium, and for like if he starts playing random pings, that boat could potentially, eat some of that. We're gonna go in for the Horde engine here. Very good chances getting instantly removed, but we're just gonna kind of test exactly what Blades of Glory we're going against.
Meat.
Kind
Short
of
on
for some
dried
memes.
meat.
I don't know if
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness.
Yeah, when you're going against this deck, you go into a long round with it. But Giga Sword Concoction, I guess that is something slightly off meta. We see that take out our Horde engine. The value trading's probably fairly even. I'd rather a Giga Swerve take that out than a Gutting Slash. Feels a little bit better.
My
We're gonna go in
collection's
with the
pride.
Saul.
Ever witnessed anything equal?
Decent chance here. But furthermore, with his leader, he could take out the Saul in round 3. So we might as well go ahead and use it now. If we bait out more good removal, that's all the better for us later on.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
And helping secure this round is, again, in our best interest. Because we'll try and take the round, and then we're probably, the idea would be to bleed with our scenario. Because most of the time, any sort of warriors deck is going to be devotion. I haven't really seen instances where it's not, unless of course a little bit of the warrior package you get in Lippy. So yeah, scenario should be able to stick in this matchup. Okay, we get the pass one. We're threatening to remove his engine. We're up by quite a bit. We have engines developing. Lots and lots of points. So we managed to take it, and yeah, we're gonna go in with passive Flora. Okay, we managed to get Jacques, which is very handy here. Because if we hang on to like Jacques and Savola, we'd have a really good short round. Now I believe we either play one or the other, but I'm not entirely certain. We're gonna drop Defender. Now I said scenario's probably fine against Heat Wave, but that first card we play out from Passiflora, the Peaches, is definitely vulnerable, and we would like that to survive. So he's not going in for defenders yet. So
Any
he's
diamonds
gonna
for little old
probably
me?
have a turn or two of extra breathing room to get developed. And I haven't clicked leader yet because it's super awkward. I don't like that on the scenario one bit. How the second chapter now is the coins. I get it was a
Shoot
nerf
down,
to try and
stab him dead. Easier that.
power dropping seductresses early. But it's just awkward sequencing. In many cases, like, you overprofit off that chapter. Well, I guess technically it's chapter 1. It's not chapter 2 because I forget the first thing's the prologue. So chapter 1 giving you 6 coins, like, I overprofit left, right, and center. So I think I was holding off on leader to try and set it up as good as possible without overspending. But, like, you basically already have to have a spender on board to control, because it gets you 6 coins, and a lot of times you already have some in the bank, so you're at 9. So if you drop, like, you know, even a street urchins after that, you're like over profiting on its 3. It can be a little problematic. Okay, so we're gonna pull.
Nah, we share the profits, not the work.
Looks like some light reading.
So I don't think we're over profiting, because I believe we're paying his tribute first before the 6 comes out. It's a little unfortunate that boat hopped out there, fills our row up, but Skilligood definitely has an abundance.
More hawks for ye!
So he'll be able to get through the defender fairly quick. The Syndicate defender can be really nasty against some decks that, you know, they're having to trade like 2 5 removal cards to get rid of it, and by that point they probably don't have a lot of good removal left for any engines you'd be playing. So they can get picked on by some decks, but other decks they can be utterly devastating towards.
You fear me. I sense it. I smell it.
Got the nice Salamander Mage, such a great card. Yeah, just had the video yesterday with 5P cards need to be buffed, and the buff to this one is phenomenal. Like, I think that's a great 5P card. Because you pay the tribute, but like, so it's 5 for 5 with an engine, and an engine that gets stronger, and then you can also deal 6 wide
They
damage.
so damn much. Anyone teach them to share?
Okay, so we have full scenario going. Street urchins, and I'm spending there maybe to try and keep it alive, because it's going to be my only spender. So we know he's played a Gigasquirt Concoction, so it's going to be completely fine at 6 unless he high rolls a Delirium. And I put it out of 5 range in case he does have Stunning Blow, or, you know, gutting slash combined with Brockfire Hunter. But then again, looking at it, he did have a Raiders down, a Raiders and a Brockfire Hunter, so could have been maybe too much of a commitment.
Hit it when they
We see
run.
his lock come down pretty good. He's trying to shut off one of the engines. So my hand's pretty stacked, so this is kind of the moment where I back out or I go all in, and I'm really trying to get the ice combo out. Looking back, though, probably a pretty big mistake here.
The beast shall be born, and the blood of innocence shall flood.
Pretty decent Herald later. But again, we're keeping the points, just trying to push that iced out. But that dead poison in our hand really sucks. I mean, we at least get profit off of it.
Nay, I will not bend my
Okay,
neck
takes
for
our
that.
seductresses, we're losing good engines. And we're up a fair amount of points. I mean, I think pass coming in here might have been worth it, but we do have a lot of coins to throw around. We haven't used leader yet. So a Philippus sees. Okay, that's what we are doing. What are we grabbing here? We should get it up to 8 and grab the...
You'll suffer the consequences of your
So I'm
foolishness.
going for the, like I said, the Herald deny, but we could have gotten an 8 Cs and taken Gird. That probably would have been worth it. And so I think at this point I've like guaranteed, like, I'm gonna play this poison for
Come on,
the coins.
don't
and
tell
then
me
I'm
yous are
going
afeard.
to- Okay, so we do get the iced out. Our push kept working.
No retreat! Not
Be at
one
least cheaper
step!
in gold.
If I go down, I'm taking you with
It's not
me.
bad discard. Get some extra engine points. Okay, and he goes ahead and drops leader.
So, no one else
Boom, like
dares
he's
face
swinging
me?
back out. Yeah, seize on the gird. I think might have been the call here. But there's still a case for what I did. But it's not like that would be Harold's only target, so looking back, probably a mistake. We're going to put the poison on Dieta. We might bait out something. Don't know exactly what. We might. I don't know. I was considering whether or not to play Savola. That's gonna be the reason why I kept the 8 coins. And instead of spending 1, I guess I was trying to maximize carryover in case I do pass. That's why I wouldn't go down to 7. Because if I was gonna play Savola, I could do it the turn after. But I probably should have just spent the 8, and
I'll cleave you in two.
it wouldn't have mattered actually. Would not have mattered, but might have been a line I could have done. And we're gonna go and take the pass here. We lose a card, but we did get iced out, so it doesn't feel too bad. But him having Herald will be a huge detriment. I considered going ahead and playing. I mean, I guess we would get some money back from Mage, but there's a good chance that these points wouldn't even matter, and Savola's our only chance in a short round. I think that's why I did that. But looking back, yeah, I definitely didn't play this as well as I should have. Should have went for a higher seize onto Philippa. Those 3 extra points could have meant quite a bit, and should have kind of used any coins I had to just go ahead and spend. Maybe would have gotten out on even. Do we have a dead poison? Need to probably kick that. I was gonna kick the shoulder there. I was like, I don't remember kicking that card. Not the worst hand. We will get boat back out, so that feels nice. Unfortunately, Jackal here is dead.
Kill the sons, steal the lasses!
So I guess we go and play the assault here to play uninteractive, or do I go ahead and develop the engine? I guess that's kind of the balancing thing here.
One man's
I play this
battlefield is
Jackal,
another
hoping to
man's
sink
ripe
some
patch
damage
for
into it.
harvest.
Honestly, maybe should have. I guess I was holding off on the engine because I knew there's a really good chance it could get taken out, and if the Jackal sinks some of the damage, like it did, we now have a better chance for it to live. Okay, he goes ahead and uses all of her. Interesting. I don't know if that would be the call there. It's very
Life's
unlikely.
short. Enjoy it.
Very unlikely that I'd be able for that. Okay, well, we get boat out. That helps make up a little bit for our card disadvantage. There's Harold, and right now we're looking pretty much dead in the water.
Here's the better loot than in your
We
wildest,
still have a fair amount of
wettest
points.
dreams.
We actually have a pretty decent assault target here.
What is it?
Still have an engine ticking. But
To a lad
it's just
like that, I can hit from
he still has
100
two cards
paces
to
off.
play.
200.
Like, Savola is basically going to get us caught up and a little bit ahead, but his 2 cards are going to definitely propel him forward, especially because I think we're going to see... Okay, well, that definitely seals the deal. So the match is over.
You have my sword,
did we do
and I'll
wrong
pure
here?
sack taxes.
Well, we kind of played almost a meme deck now against...
Take no prisoners!
Definitely
No
tier 1 deck right
prisoners!
now. We're pretty close to tier 1. Even though it's very susceptible to bleeding. And I think maybe should have just gotten out when we had the advantage
You
in
fight
round
good,
1. Keeping
real
our card
good.
really helped. So I think that's where we lost that. But yeah, I was playing meme decks against like super meta decks, so that really hurt. Okay, so in our next matchup, we've got pretty typical Nilfgaard ball list. And then I'm running dwarves. My reasoning for dwarves, I was like, okay, our opponent here, you know, they don't like the memes. They want to play super serious. So I'm gonna do a meme deck that can slap around super serious decks because of the resilience and the ability to bleed. And coming in Nilfgaard here, it's like, hey, we get round control. We're on red coin too, which is pretty nice as dwarves. Like dwarves are finer in blue coin, but they can do a little bit of red coin abuse. We get that resilience carry over. We can bleed out ball. We're gonna have a better short round than them. But that's the key word, is getting out ball. Oh, you know what? This has some clogging in it. Yeah, we're getting hit with some toxic stuff here. Oh, yeah, I was a little mad in the moment. I was like, all right, we're gonna brawl here, you know? We're gonna brawl.
Corpses.
We're gonna take these meme decks and we're gonna brawl. Yeah, our game plan here is get both resilience units down and just bleed. We fortunately have not only both resilience cards in hand, but we also have Defender, easily. Which Nilfgaard does have access to a decent Purify and
Never ever whistling on my
engine tag. So a little bit worried about that. So if the Defender could tank that, also Yennefer's Invocation is a concern. So again, if the Defender can tank all those, gives an extra chance for our resilience units to stick. Also poisons. The poisons are pretty decent against those resilience.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
Yeah, our opponent knows that he's doing here. HydratedLegend, you know, good job. You can see he's using the spice to fill up the front row, so that's really going to hurt our dwarves later on. And so a good thing with our Defender here is we're denying him coup value. And I haven't clicked my Pyrotech, I believe, because I don't want it to sink into his Pyrotech. Oh, Vincent's another concern.
Stress release is necessary for one's health.
Tanking that, a little bit riskier because, again, we can see a Diviner or something, but Vincent on Defender feels way better than Vincent onto one of these Resilience.
I'm done in a jiffy.
I'm going Gabor first. Okay, we go and pop the Pyrotech. I guess, I don't know what I was doing earlier with that. We get a good hit with it. We get pretty good value out of it. We don't lose any points. We did 9-4. Feels nice. But we're going Gabor first because we get the engine stuff from, you know, playing dwarves afterwards. And we'd rather have Zoltan stick into the next round for the sake of Zoltan's company, because right, with the huge bleeding thing here is we want to use Broover, and Zoltan's company just gives armor to a whole bunch of dwarves. You know, all the dwarves armor.
My snares would have captured this time.
Yeah. So we're gonna go Zoltan here. Trying
Come the horse sons!
But yeah, Zoltan sticks. Really great. Because then, yeah, we play Zoltan's company onto it. He gets armor again. All of the Rowdy Dwarves get armor. Any other ones we get extra, and then we drop Broover, and really good bleeding potential.
Gunton!
Because we want to do Resilience round 1. Honestly, we can get through round 1 and not use any Resilience, and then use them in round 2. You're in a really great spot. But using Resilience round 2, bleeding with Broover in round 2, and then using Yarpen as a really good round 3, short round, like 3-card finisher.
I do not mince words.
Dwarves are a real powerhouse.
On principle.
Another good thing is just having Eat Wave. Ball comes down, not protected. Can hit that. So I'm really trying to secure this round here. I guess this also guarantees consistent draws. We're going to go and play the Volunteers on the back row, though.
Get out, you baldy-faced
Hopefully
baby.
give a chance so I can play my Mahakam Guard. Not the best Malcolm guard you could ever get, but still a decent one nonetheless. Still close in points. Hopefully, though, I'm willing to play just about this whole hand. Hopefully we're getting to it where my opponent isn't. Okay, he's taking a moment to decide. When your opponent takes a moment when they have few cards, you get a good read of what they have. Except for that caught me a little bit off guard.
The dark
so
is my
a little bit more
ally.
clogged.
The dark is my friend.
You very rarely see that card played ranged, but that's essentially like its
What
function. Like
as a
the
poison.
melee one with your highest is so it can steal or try and force you to use a Neuromancy and go ahead and flush out your early card. But if you play it ranged, you're doing a little bit of mill because you're putting junk up towards the top. Okay, he passes, so that definitely tells us we're looking at like he would have used the Yennefer's Invocation, I believe, but probably like Ball and Joachim, things he wants to keep. But we get both carryover. Fortunately, you know, statuses carry over. So we don't have an engine onto him. Alright, perfect. We have Broover. We have Zoltan's Company. We have 2 thinning cards. Really great spot. We have man, from getting the 6 for 6 over there, the movement one, who then also gives armor. So if anything does lose armor, we can give it right back. But yeah, our first play here is obvious. It's going to be Zoltan's Company. And I think we're going to follow up with Broover. Now, Broover, again, Yennefer's Invocation, locks, poisons, might not survive too strong. Might not survive for too long or play for too strong value, but
No one can hide from me.
okay, that sucked. Pulled our heat wave. I forgot that happened. That's really unfortunate. Okay, he goes ahead and drops leader. Of course he nabs the Neuromancy, you know. They're always gonna get value. If you have a Neuromancy in hand and you had 10 cards in hand, they drop leader, they're gonna hit it. Okay, Philip's a little bit scary because we have a lot of stuff with status, so we're gonna go ahead and move that.
Move it, you nag! And I'll axe
And
ye
then-
too!
Broover's only gonna drop with 2 armor, so at least having him down can give him extra armor. And again, I know it just showed the card name. I'm really forgetting what it is. Okay, that's...
Eddie Glove.
Did you kind of forget that you have to have a soldier?
Mahakam wasn't built
Okay.
in a day.
Do I give him the armor? I think... I guess the call would be to wait and see. So I saw Broover boost himself too, I like that. So this is a moment of truth. It's like, does he have a lock? Does he Yennefer Invocations it? If it gets poisoned, we're fine because we still get a fair amount of value. Okay, so he did have a Diviner, and see, that would have been scary for us if he had that.
All these signs can mean but one thing.
Okay, he's kind of just playing trash. He hasn't played Ball yet. So when we kind of see this, we're going in. We're just dropping gold. We're probably going to bring in,
Earl King Desmond.
just go and bring in the Arpin next. Because, I mean, Ball with Joachim, but if we flush both those out, oh man, we're in a really golden spot. Because that wouldn't leave him with much else. Okay, we get the pass. Yeah, trash handed. War sick. Feels nice. So yeah, good games to opponent.